Numbers chapter 21 has a story that maybe is obscure to some, or maybe it's one you're familiar with. But God allowed a bunch of poisonous snakes to come into the camp of Israel. It was a means of punishing them for their disobedience. And when they cried out for deliverance, Moses was told by God to create a bronze serpent and to put it on a pole. And if anyone got bitten by one of these poisonous snakes, all they had to do was go and look at that bronze serpent, and they would be healed of that seemingly and was always a fatal snake bite. What was God trying to teach there? I mean, it seems kind of strange. It seems too simplistic, doesn't it? Just go look at a snake on a pole and you're healed. Should there be more to it than that? Shouldn't there be some sort of procedure or some sort of a cure, an antidote? Just look and live. Well, Jesus makes reference to this when he's talking to a rather perplexed Nicodemus in John chapter 3. And in verse 14 of John chapter 3, he makes this very interesting statement and calls to reference that. And he simply says this: "As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up." We know from the rest of that chapter and from the rest of the New Testament that being lifted up was a reference to his crucifixion. And really, the salvation that's offered through the cross is just as simplistic as the cure for the snake bite in Moses' day. It's simply look and live. It means to trust in that which is outside of yourself. Look to the one in confidence that could save you. And obviously, the ultimate fulfillment is to look to Christ upon the cross and trust in him. Sometimes we make a lot of things a lot more complicated than they should be. And some people frankly miss the simplicity of salvation because it really can't be that simple. Well, it is that simple. It is that plain. And thankfully, it's plain enough and simple enough that we can understand it if we will come to God in faith. Maybe today would be a good day just to thank him for the simplicity of salvation. Maybe it'd be a good day to share that simple message with someone else along the way.